Hey, this is Preston with No Dogs Left Behind, and today we have Bear. Bear has completed about 4 weeks of board and train. Throughout that time, he has learned quite a bit. Bear's skills over the last 2 weeks have been all exterior. What I mean by that is outside of the warehouse. Bear has learned quite a few things in his time here. When we started with Bear, he was very timid, to say the least, very insecure. So far, very insecure, very unpotty trained. We spent about a week just on potty training. Um, he was afraid of the dark. You'd think a big dog like this wouldn't be afraid of the dark. But Bear was afraid of the dark. He was afraid to be alone, couldn't possibly exist outside of his pack or his handler. Would rather pee in his kennel where he lays than pee outside in the dark, like I said. So we spent a lot of time just on that. Bear learned two sides of heel. So he learned get in and he learned heel, which is left side and right side. I know the camera angle might be swapped up, but this is going to be your left side and this is going to be your right side. He learned sit, he learned down, he learned stay, he learned leave it. Most importantly, he learned confidence and the ability to go outside and perform all of these tasks. So, with that being said, I want to show you a little bit about what Bear is capable of. First, before we get started, I want to go over the whys, because the why we train our dog is super important. The way we train our dog is very important. Why we do it is even more so. We want to go over the lure. So there's two types of training. There's compulsion training and there's lure training. Lure training is primarily where Bear lives. Compulsion training looks a little bit like this. Sit. Sometimes that's necessary, but for the most part, we want to avoid that unless we absolutely have to. And I mean by absolutely have to, if it's a safety concern or if he's just absolutely refusing and he needs to sit for some reason that you can't work with him and you can't have the patience for that, it might be a situation where you have to make your dog sit. Bear, for instance, at the movie theater the other day, kept getting up because he was getting restless. So I had to help him sit a few times because we were in a high intensity situation and he was kind of starting to stress out. So he did get some assistance with that sit, but it's always a last resort. Luring is when you glue a treat to your dog's nose and you pull them around. Now, for a lure to be successful, you really do have to glue the treat to his nose. If you really look at how close this treat is to his face, it's right on it. You can make them do anything. Make them do a spin. You can make them do a circle. The sky's the limit when you're luring, and especially when you're luring effectively. To show you the power of the lure, your dog just sat and I didn't say a word. Okay? The second part of successful dog training beyond the lure is marking the behavior with a success word. I like the word yes, good boy. You can use nice job. You can use anything, but come together as a couple and formulate exactly what you're going to be doing to reward this dog. A proper training experience should look something like this. Oh, see, you're interested now, huh? We recall the dog and we say sit. Yes, good boy. The moment your dog is successful, we want to mark that behavior and reward. We should not be rewarding late. So, for instance, this sit. Yes, because I technically just rewarded him for a stay. I don't want to do that. I want to reward him for the trick that I asked of him. In addition to that, we have to be very precise about what we ask of our dog. For instance, if I said sit, I want him to sit. Not, hey, go sit down. If I want him to down, I ask for a down, not, hey, go lay down. If he's jumping up on me, I don't say down because his command for down is down. Whenever your dog is doing something naughty, like jumping up on you or chasing after one of your other dogs or something you just don't want him to do, the human thing to do is to say, hey, stop that. But what you really want your dog to do is sit. What you really want your dog to do is go to his place. Yeah, you're about to go. What you really want your dog to do is something else. That's what my point is. So remember that you have to redirect your dog, not force your dog to stop doing something abstract. The other thing we want to avoid with Bear specifically is going, oh, it's okay, baby, it's okay. You can see his tail wagging. He loves that. What that does actually is it reinforces his state of mind. So if he's stressed out and you say, it's okay, baby, it's okay, you're actually giving him a hit of dopamine and you're reinforcing that state of mind. So if he's stressed out, he's going to continue to be stressed out because you're loving on him consistently. We want to avoid that and redirect behaviors. Just because he's not doing something perceived as naughty doesn't mean he's not doing something you don't want him to do. For instance, you don't want him to be stressed out. So if you don't want him to be stressed out, what do you want him to do? You want him to sit. Oh, good boy. And then you can redirect that and you can say, oh, I know how to sit. I know what to do. I have confidence. Confidence does not come internally from dogs who have a history of being insecure. It comes from the handler. So first off, you have to know exactly what you want from your dog. Let's go over some more of his tricks. So you guys should know sit by now. It's lifting the hand up. And you'll notice that without the treat even, I can lift that head up. That's called body language. It's very important for your dog to be successful that you have consistent, clear, and different hand signals. You don't want all your hand signals to look like this because all that looks the same. You want all of your hand signals to be wildly different from one another. For instance, bear, sit. Oh, you're going to make a fool out of me. Sit. Good boy. No treat. Down. Good boy. Now for down specifically, the treat goes in between the paws, not from my hand. If you follow the lure specifically, you're going to know he follows your hand, right? So if I treat him from my hand while he's laying down, he's going to follow my hand up. So remember, the key to a successful down is that he goes in between the paws. So, like I said earlier, bear knows to get on your left side. He knows to get on your right side. So when you're starting this, you're going to take a 45-degree angle, step back. Bear, come on, bear, come on. You're going to take a 45-degree step back, kind of like I am right now. You should feel strong and you should feel sturdy. When you take the turn, you're going to lean into the turn. You're going to take your hand as far back as possible. When your hand can't go backwards anymore, step up and pull the dog into position, saying, get in. Good, get in. And then we can go sit. Come here, get in. And sit. Oh, there you go. Good boy. And down. Nice. Good job. Okay. Let's do that again, but without the step. This is what you're going for in the long run. Bear. Get in. Sit. Bear. Yeah, there's other dogs. Sit. Good boy. Nice job. Good boy. If you notice the two differences, the only thing that really changed was my foot. My hand still made the big circle the entire way, almost as if I was still luring him. Now the same thing can be done for heel. Bear. Step back, heel. Step in and sit. Good boy. Let's do that without the treat. Bear. Heel. Bear. Heel. Just like I'm luring him. There's no treat in my hand. Sit. Good boy. And you can practice your downs, your sits, and your stay, all from this position. Now that he's in stay, the hand signal for stay is just like that. Stay. Bear has a phenomenal stay. Out of a lot of dogs I've trained, Bear has an amazing stay. We've worked a lot on it. There's two conditions for a stay to be successful. Condition one, I have to get back to my starting position, which is where I told him to stay. Condition two, there is only one word that releases him from a stay. Okay. Good boy. Now you can say, okay, come. But do not just say come. Okay, has to be the word that alleviates the position. If you mess this up, you're going to mess up the stay. You're going to ruin the stay. A stay should never turn into an immediate recall, because if he knows you're going to recall him, then he's going to chase after you and he's going to come to you because that's more fun. Bear. Come front. This is a front sit. This is a heel sit. This is a get in sit. There are 3 different sits. If you look at my presentation of myself to you right now, the top of my forehead and my shoulders almost make a triangle. When you turn your shoulder, you turn the triangle. And you also change the trick, and you change your dog's confidence level. Because if they can't get into position here, then they don't know how to sit. They only. Oh, that was a beat. That was a deer. It scared the crap out of me. It scared the crap out of me, Bear. If your dog only knows the confidence from these angles, then, or if I'm sorry, reset. If your dog only knows how to sit while looking at you from the front, then they only know how to sit from looking in the front. The majority of people only practice from this side. You need to practice from the left, you need to practice from the right, and honestly, you need to even practice from behind you, so your dog has the confidence of what all these tricks really mean. So, with that being said, he can do all of this in Walmart. You've seen the videos of it. He can do this inside of a movie theater. He can do this in a variety of places. Dogs are situational and conditional. So the conditions of my property being here and the situation of us being here is a condition. Just because he can do it here does not mean he can do it anywhere else. You have to take your dog many places. By the time he's 6 months old, he needed to have met 100 people, 100 different dogs, and gone to 100 different places. He's been to a lot of places with me. I don't know quite about 100. He's met a lot of dogs. I don't know quite about 100. And we've met quite a few people, but I don't know if it's 100 yet. We do need to fulfill that requirement. And the reason for that is so he's well socialized and he's confident and he knows what to do everywhere he goes. Now, because he's situational and conditional, when he goes back to you, there's going to be growing pains. There's going to be an environment where he kind of looks at you and goes, really? Do I have to do that? And the answer is yes. Yes, you do. You need to reinforce this with your dog. So lastly, we have place. There. Sit. Yes, I have to. Sit on your place. Good boy. Now down. Down. Good. Stay. Place is a stay. It's okay to help your dog get on your placemat. When you pick out a placemat for your dog, he's going to struggle a little bit. How you're going to help your dog out is by one, creating a 360-degree angle around the dog. So I like square pads because it helps my little brain help myself with how I approach my place pad. I'll approach it from the north, the south, the east, and the west, just like I showed you right now. I'll lead the dog to the pad. I'll make him sit on the pad, and I'll make him down on the pad. You have to build the confidence off the pad first and then on the pad afterwards. We have to do our stay off the pad and then put it on the pad afterwards. Once we've established our place pad, we want to perform silly exercises. That's my fault. Stay. Now right there, I threw the piece of food too close and he got it. Oh well, stuff like that happens. But we want to use the tone. Up! No, no, no. There. No, no, no. You sit. Down. Down. You stay. And there's variety of distractions because, as you can see, these distractions really help. It's something that he hasn't dealt with out here. This is the first time we've ever done a place pad out here, and he has food right there. Of course he's going to want to go get it. If you don't practice in an environment where you're going to need him to stay while you're cooking or you're doing something else around food, he's not going to have the ability to stay. We've done a lot of this. He's still a puppy. He's 5 months old. He's going to need reminders, and he's going to need you to work with him because he's so young. Now, he's done a lot of this, but it is by no means perfect. It's going to be perfect once you establish the same boundaries with you. I would encourage you to leave food out just like I am right now. He's got a lot of temptation there. Good boy, Bear. Give him that hit of dopamine, that reassurance that he's doing the right thing. Don't make him wait forever in between your rewards. Periodically, come by. Yes. Good boy. Nice work. It's right here. It's right on your fur. There you go. Stay. And it's okay to remind him to stay there as well. So when you have him back, expect that he's going to be very capable, but give him some time to adjust to your rules. Come up with your yes list, come up with your no list. Is your dog allowed on your couch? Is he not allowed on the couch? Once you've established those rules, it's standard. I know you have little dogs at your house. Work on working with your other dogs. Keep your other dogs in a circle around you, whatever you want to do, while he's on the place pad. Play with your other dogs and reinforce that stay. The moment that you give in to his cuteness or his puppy behavior, he's going to kind of think he can get away with it, and he's probably going to repeat that behavior again. It takes anywhere from 80 to 150 successful attempts for your dog to start learning a behavior, 500 to master them. He's mastered a lot of behaviors here. And once he goes back to you, he's just going to need you to also instill in that same rudimentary behavior. He's also e-collar trained. You have a beep and a vibrate function. Both of those just mean get back to me. If you choose to shock him, it just means get back to me. Do not use the e-collar as a punishment device. Now, the e-collar does need to be trained regularly. It needs once a week. We got to throw it on and refresh his memory. It's a skill that he can lose if he's not trained on it very frequently. If you have any questions about what type of e-collar to purchase, if you want to purchase one, please let me know. I typically only use Garmin products as they're a tried and true brand. He can do all of these tricks in public. He can do all these tricks in Walmart especially. He can load up and down a car ramp now. And he can most definitely perform long stays inside of Walmart. The busier the place that you go, the harder it is for him to let you leave his site. He is CGC Canine Good Citizen certified now, and he has passed a level 1 basics obedience class throughout his training here. So you're going to get a few different certifications with you because of his length of time here. So he passed a lot of tests, if you will. Again, if you have any questions about anything that we did, or any of the training that we did, or why we did it, please let me know. I'd be happy to help you. As you can see, okay, Bear, come. Bear, okay. As you can see, he's very, very, very good. I'm very pleased with this dog. I'm very happy that I had the opportunity to work with him. He's one of the better dogs I've ever gotten to work with. He's very food motivated, which is very much in your favor. Before I let you go, I wanted to talk about his potty training. Do not let this dog drink water an hour to an hour and a half before bed. He will pee in the kennel. Right now, he's being, to avoid potty mistakes, this is how I've done it. He gets let out at 10 o'clock, then he gets let out at midnight, and then he gets let out at 5 o'clock. I know, it's a lot. He will hold his pee during the day for 8 hours. He will not hold his pee during the night for 8 hours. But if you let him out at midnight, now say you go to bed at 10 o'clock, okay? Last water should be 8:30 to 9. Let him out at 10. Let him out at midnight. Get up at 5 in the morning. Let him out. As I've had him, the time for him being let out has gotten longer and longer. We're starting every 2 hours, just like a brand new puppy. He was getting let out all the time. And that worked, but I needed sleep. So slowly we started expanding it. We got to the point where every 4 to 5 hours. And I actually, so I forgot to close his kennel one morning, and he didn't pee all night. And I accidentally slept in, and it was like 7:30, 8 o'clock. And as soon as I got to the door to let him out, he peed everywhere. So he's capable of holding his pee. He's gotten really, really good at it. As a bonus trick for you, Bear is really good at giving comfort. I've had a lot of anxiety today myself. That's why he's behaving like this. So I've tried my best to foster an environment where he feels like this is something he can do. Whenever we're out in public, he will put his head on my lap, which is why I texted you that he could easily be a service dog. So if you'd like to pursue that, please let me know. I'd be happy to get him to that level for you. I think he has a great aptitude for being like a PTSD dog or any sort of dog in that realm. But when we were at the park, or not the park, Midtown in Ruidoso, he would just, every time we stopped at a bench, he'd put his head right on my lap and he'd sit there.
He's gotten much, much, much better around vehicles. He's gotten much, much better around loud noises like trash banging. He was at a few concerts, just like outdoor venue type deals. He did very well around loud music. Didn't seem to be really bothered. The only thing that he's developed is occasionally he'll bark when he gets startled. That's something that's new, as you saw by the deer over there. That happens every now and then. But what dog doesn't do that? I don't think he has any. I don't think he has any concerns. Just the water thing for me. He does tend to get a little bit picky about his food. Sometimes he'll go a day without eating. Sometimes he'll go 2 days without eating. Right now, I have him on 5 cups a day. I think probably needs to be upped again to about 6, maybe even 7 cups a day. I'm a little bit unhappy with his weight, but I didn't want to overfeed him because his food bag was just so small, and I know that stuff's expensive. But I would definitely consider upping his food to about 6 or 7 cups a day myself. I don't feel like he's at the weight that I would want, but he eats when he does decide to eat. He eats a lot. So make sure he doesn't gorge himself all in one meal because you can have a twisted stomach. You can have a lot of issues from that. Well, I hope that you've enjoyed the experience of watching your dog get trained by me, and thank you for the opportunity once again to work with Bear. He's a very, 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 very good dog, and I've grown attached to him, if you can't tell. So if you ever want to just drop him off for a day so I can see him again, please let me know. I'd be happy to take him back at any time. He'll be bathed fresh for you. We're going to have Underdog groom him for you. That way you can have a fresh, clean dog when you get him back. Thank you again for trusting me with your dog. This is Preston again with No Dogs Left Behind. And if you have any questions at all, please let me know. I would be more than happy to answer them. Thank you.